You've heard me say it a million times, and I'll say it again. Our first guest is the queen of all things. Her new movie, That Old Feeling, opens today. Please welcome back to our program, Her Majesty, the fabulous Bette Midler.
Goodness, that's amazing.
They love you.
Well, I love them right back, but that's pretty amazing.
They do. They adore you.
But not like you.
Well,
I mean, nobody loves me like you do. I mean, that's like, oh my God.
It scares you, doesn't it?
It's scary. It's terrifying.
But let me tell you something, Bette. I'm not the only one.
Oh,
because
you're so sweet.
Seriously, since the show's been on the air, I've been talking a little about my obsession about you, a little bit. People have been sending me their stuff. Look at this.
Kidding.
Bette Midler photo albums. This is just a little. Bette Midler, Fiddler on the Roof, your first playbill.
Oh, my God.
Bette Midler photos. Bette Midler, first time with the Harlot. Look at all this stuff people sent me. All these magazines you were on, Ms. Magazine. This is only part of the stuff that they sent me.
Are you sure I didn't send that to you? That's my life, all right. There's no getting around that.
Can you believe it?
No, I can't. I can't believe it. Oh, this is one of my favorite people in the world, Sharon Red. She was fabulous.
One of the Harlots.
Yeah, one of the Harlots, yeah.
And how about your HBO special?
How about it?
Unbelievably great.
It was fabulous.
It was unbelievably
good, wasn't it? Wasn't it good?
Take that for me.
I have to. I don't have that many of this show. This was a good show.
That was Detour, right?
Yeah, that was
Detour.
Detour.
Yeah, that was Detour, 1984.
Yeah, that was
Saw
great.
it 21 times.
You did?
I did, whatever.
My God, I only did 22 shows, Rosie.
You did really?
Nah, I did probably 75 or
You did
something
75,
like that.
yeah. I went town to town, I told you last time. We have a clip from your HBO special.
Yeah?
Because I want to.
But I heard that you've been playing this.
I have.
I'm really stunned. I'm shocked.
Well, you know, I love it.
Yeah?
And I got it on tape. My friend Carolyn Strauss works at HBO, so they sent it right after they edited it. And I have it all memorized.
Amazing.
And I even have it on digicard. See? Okay? Don't be frightened. Just sit back and enjoy you.
It's fabulous.
Look, it's Bette Midler, Diva Las Vegas. Take a look.
I'd like to be a harlot.
That was my first goal in my showbiz career, was to be one of your backup singers.
Really? You should have come on. Next time.
Yeah, I don't sing on key. That's the only thing.
That's a very big thing, Rosie. I'm sorry to tell you. That's very important. You have to sing in tune.
I used to take tennis balls and tie strings on them and try to do the things that Dolores DeLago, the Toast of Chicago, did. You know that?
They're called poi balls. I'll get you a set.
No, they're from Hawaii?
They're from Hawaii. Actually, they're from New Zealand. It's a Maori implement. They use it in their own dancing, and they do it with their feet, and they do it with their hands, and sometimes they put it between their teeth. Yeah. It's really, the first time I saw them, I got so hysterical. It was one of the most amazing things I'd ever seen. Because I took hula when I was a kid, but I never saw those balls. It took them a long time to get where we were. And then I left home, and I never saw them doing them. And then when I came back home after 5 years, everyone was doing them, and I said, I got to learn this. And so I learned them.
And it's tough to do. It looks easy.
No, it's actually very easy. It looks tough.
Well, I tried it. To me, it was tough to do.
There's a little trick to it. You have to keep your thumb going this way, and you have to put it between. You have one here, and then you have to slip it between this finger and this finger, and then you just kind of pump it up and down like that. Boom, 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 boom. People get nuts when people see all of us doing that.
At the same time.
All the girls, and they're bending down with their fishtails. It's hilarious.
It is. It's hysterical.
Thank you.
Did you have a good time in Vegas doing the show?
I had a ball. I love Vegas. I mean, I didn't used to love Vegas, but now I really do. I really enjoy it. I had one of the greatest crowds of my entire career in Vegas, and these were not tourists. These were people who live in Vegas, who consider themselves part of show business, you know. Oh, yeah. So it's like coming home. You know, you get like ex-vaudevillians, and you get old-timers, and you get everyone who feels that they have some connection to show business. And it's really great. It really was wonderful.
The crowd was incredible. I mean, I was going to go. I couldn't go. I was moving.
Oh, what a shame.
I know.
What a
bad.
shame.
But I saw it on TV, and they were screaming, yelling.
Yeah, we had a wonderful
And I love
time.
that little thing they did on HBO before with little Mark Shaman talking. He was here on our show, you know, Mark.
Yes, I heard.
And he was talking about, he was great, but he was talking about how...
my career? And how he's responsible for my career. He's always telling me,
No,
I made her.
He was saying how he was a bigger fan than me, which he was.
Oh, you know what? Actually, as a matter of fact, that's very true. He came to me when he was 16 years old. Now he's 30, and he's still a big fan, but he's grown up with me.
Yeah.
And when he first came into our lives, we called him the Worm, because he was so wormy. He would not leave you alone. It was like this. It was constant. Get away from me. Get away from me. And he was talented. Everyone knew he was talented, but he was so fishy about getting his way. You know, he would go around. You would say, no, I don't want to do that. And then he would like go around you, and somehow you would wind up doing it his way. So we called him the Worm.
Now he's Academy Award nominated.
He's no longer the Worm.
No, he isn't. He's grown to the butterfly.
He absolutely has.
He's cocooned.
And I'm really proud of him. He's one of my finest creations. I'm really proud of him. I mean, I have a few. I've actually, in my lifetime, in my career, in the span of my career, I have managed to meet and encourage a lot of really talented people.
Barry Manilow.
Barry Manilow, Katie Segal worked with me one season. Melissa Manchester worked with me.
Jennifer Lewis.
Jennifer Lewis from St. Louis. Have you ever had her on this show?
We have.
And how was
she? Sang
she?
Black Don't Crack. You know that song she and Mark wrote?
Yeah. Did she ever sing Hey, white folks, I'm sorry I did not get here sooner.
I'm the only black girl in Laguna. Hey, white folks, I'm sorry. Nobody better than her. Now, don't go anywhere because we got more to talk about. Your new movie, which I have to tell you I loved.
You did?
I really loved it.
It was so great of you to come last night. I was so shocked. You know, we had this little...
You were shocked that I
was shocked that you came. I mean, after all, you know, you work all day long, you have the baby and all that, and then you actually came. I mean...
If you asked me to run a marathon at 193 pounds, I would get my ass out there and run.
Oh, you're so fabulous.
You're good, Midler!
So fabulous. That's so fabulous. So you liked it, wasn't it?
I liked it.
Evening? It was a great
Dennis
evening.
Farina, adorable. We're going to talk all about the movie, that old feeling, after this break. More with Bette Midler, so don't go anywhere.
People dancing.
From the Continental Baths back early in your career.
Oh, Maron, and how. A long, long time ago.
See, it's my show. We can do whatever we want. Just keep showing all these clips.
What can I say? Barry looks good, though, doesn't he?
That was Barry Manilow in the back. Did you see? Playing the piano. How about that?
When we first met, he was 5 years older than me, and now he's 10 years younger.
Funny how that happens, isn't it?
It is. It really is.
How's Sophie doing?
She's fabulous.
Yes.
She's in school. Her teacher told me that she was the kindest soul she'd ever met.
Oh.
Which is, to me, the mark of great success as a parent.
That's true.
It really is. If you have to teach a child compassion and for other people, great. Can't ask for anything better.
What's she getting into now at 10?
Gymnastics, and then, for a change, more gymnastics.
No kidding.
Yeah, she loves it. She really loves it. She does all the tricks. She's the first person in my whole family that ever stood on their hands. No one in my family has ever stood on their hands. She's the first one.
Is it a genetic problem? Or
well, it's like there's something that never occurs to anyone in my family, you know, to tumble. And she tumbles, and she just has a blast. She loves it. Does she
like the figure skating too? Because my niece
She despises ice.
Oh.
She despises figure skating. The boots hurt her feet, and I've taken her a couple of times hoping that I would have a little Lipinski, but no luck. No.
Because my niece is 7 or 8 years old, and she always says to my sister, "You ruined it for me. If you put me skating when I was 3, I could be in the Olympics, but you ruined it. I'm too old."
Isn't that something? They're getting younger and younger and younger. Yeah, it's quite shocking.
Do you know what my son's doing? I was saying on the show, he's hitting newborn babies.
Oh, this is not good.
Now, did Sophie do that?
Never.
You say
never.
You could have said yes and made me not feel so bad.
I'm so sorry, but you know what? I'll tell you something. Boys.
That's what I heard. It's
boys. Boys.
And I tell him no. Like, my sister has a 5-month-old baby, and I say, "We're going to go see the baby today." We go over, and he says, "Baby," and he smacks the baby in the head. And then I go, "Parker, no." Then he takes his own hand. He goes, "No." He gets that he's not allowed to do it, but he does it anyway.
Huh, that's really interesting.
Did she go through the terrible twos?
Well, it wasn't that terrible. It wasn't really that terrible. She didn't go through the birth canal. She was a cesarean. And I have, in my crackpot way, of course, I have this theory that if you don't go through the birth canal, you're a sunnier child.
Really?
Yeah, I know that sounds weird, but in a funny way, I think it's kind of true. She's never had any pain, any real pain. And mostly when they go, and most of them when they come out with their heads kind of like this, and it takes them years to recover from the trauma. Some of them never do. So I don't know.
So that's the answer. If you're pregnant out there, get a C-section.
No, don't get a C-section. I do not recommend it. But I have to say, my daughter never came down. She was up there. This is so great. I'm not moving. So we had to go in and drag her out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But it wasn't fun. The C-section recovery.
The C-section was disgusting. Disgusting. And you know, they try to kick you out. They try to get you out of the hospital as soon as possible. I said, I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying right here. And I stayed there for a week.
Yeah.
I did. I stayed there for a week.
Good for you.
No, I'm not moving. I'm not going anywhere. Absolutely. I brought my pillows. I had the blinds. I was asleep for 4 days. I was so knocked out by all of it.
It's true, but now especially with all the new healthcare policies, with the insurance, they're trying to have women get the babies and get right out.
That's not really fair. That's not fair. Especially if you have surgery, then it's real. And well, let's not go into this. This is like Lifetime material, right?
Speaking of Lifetime, the intimate portrait of you.
Are you going to start to talk about that?
I loved it.
You did? I didn't see it. No, I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
Oh, it was so good.
It was?
It was really, really good. And your husband was on it being interviewed. He was so cute. He was saying that he feels if you had seen his performance art, you never would have married him. You think that's true?
I would have had to think about it a little bit. Yeah. It's pretty hair-raising. But you know what? He's an artist, and I really have grown to appreciate that. I feel that he has taught me that I am an artist. Right. I've never had the nerve to call myself an artist.
No kidding.
Yeah, recording companies say, my artists, our artists. I always think, well, they're musicians, and some of them are very fine, but some of them are really kind of hacky. You know, I wouldn't call them all artists. I think of an artist as someone who really has tremendous skill and talent and all this. So I never felt pompous enough to call myself an artist. And he has always called himself an artist. And he tells me all the time, but you're one too. And I say, yes, it could be true.
It is true.
It could be true. Well, I'm growing into it. I'm growing into it, yeah. Yeah, because I'm very down to earth. I try not to give myself airs.
Yeah, when you see yourself like on the cover of McCall's magazine that you
yes, I did a little interview that we did together.
Florida. But does it feel like you, or does that feel like a different person?
Well, actually, that girl has a lot of makeup on. I'll tell you the truth.
She does. And you know what?
She does.
You look good.
I do.
And in this movie, you look good.
I do look very good in this movie.
Boy, do you look good.
I did. I made sure that I got a really good cinematographer. He's fabulous.
And it's very romantic, and it's like an old-fashioned film, and it'll make you laugh and feel good. I really liked it.
I'm so glad you liked it.
I know, I really did. I mean, it would be hard for me to say I didn't like a movie that you were in, but honest to God, I haven't really jinxed I didn't love.
It's an acquired taste.
It is, but every other film I loved, and this is right up there. And we're going to show a clip, and we're going to talk about that old feeling, I promise.
You even like Stella?
I love Stella.
You did?
Stella was good. You with Trini Alvarado.
I love her.
You didn't like Stella?
You know what? I liked it while I was making it. I was very moved while I was making it. But then when it came out and it was such a bomb, you know, you think like, oh, I failed.
No, you can't ever think that.
Oh yeah, I do. You do.
You do think that?
You do for a little while. You think I went wrong somewhere. Where did I go wrong? And then you sort of, I'm going to blame you. You know?
Yeah. You see, do you know when you have a real big hit like First Wives Club, do you feel victorious?
Actually, yeah, I did.
Oh,
I felt quite triumphant. Well, I felt vindicated in a way. And I think the other two girls did too, because it had been kind of a dry period for all of us. Not a long dry period, but just enough to make us nervous. So it was good for us to have that kind of success and have it together and have had so much fun.
And great for Hollywood to say these three women, powerful, strong, not 21, made over $100 million.
Yeah, that was great.
That was a great message. That Old Feeling is the new film, and I promise we'll talk about it after this commercial, so don't go anywhere. opens today, That Old Feeling, directed by Carl Reiner, genius, with the divine Miss M and Dennis Farina, who is the nicest guy.
Lovely man. Very sexy, too, I have to say.
Yeah, he really is. And you guys...
We had a great time. I didn't have sex with him, but we did have a great time. But the women used to come around the set, you know, kind of like looking around, trying to catch a glimpse of him. He has a lot of animal magnetism.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Very nice guy. You guys would sing, Carl told me, the whole time.
He sings like a
Old
bird,
songs.
and he knows every single song ever written. You should have him on here. He could give you a run for his money.
He's on next week.
He is?
He
Oh,
is.
great.
Yes,
great.
he is.
You'll love him.
There you have it.
You'll love him.
Now, set up the scene. This is at your daughter's wedding when you have been divorced for 14 years.
Yes, we've been divorced for 14 years, and it was a very rancorous, bitter divorce. We hate each other's guts. And now, here we are at the wedding, and we've been avoiding each other for the entire wedding, giving each other hateful looks, and finally, we've had a little bit of a fight, and our daughter has thrown us out and told us to try to get along. She doesn't want to talk to us anymore. And I accuse my ex-husband of ruining the wedding.
Here it is. Take a look. That Old Feeling.
Look what you did!
And you behaved yourself, you'd scare a piranha.
I was totally and completely civil!
You wrecked Molly's wedding?
You wrecked it by showing up!
Oh, I suppose you think you should have given her away. God knows you have the for it.
Ah! Ah! You blowhard, let go of me!
Why don't you whistle for your broomstick? Maybe it'll come and get you.
Let go!
Oh, I know all about that right hook.
Sutures! You had a scalp lift, you vain, arrogant pig!
You picked up a few pounds. Fatty!
Put me down! Put me down!
Yeah.
Put me down!
Go ahead,
Take
try
yours.
something.
It's
Real.
wrong.
And so it begins.
It's good.
It is really good.
Yeah.
It leaves you with a great feeling.
I'm glad to hear you say that.
And the young actor in it, he's so good. What's his name? You told me?
You know, I have to tell you, I have to give a plug to all the young actors that we had. They're all brand new. They're all brand new, but they are all really going to go somewhere. There's Danny Nucci, who I think you're talking about.
Yes.
Paula Marshall, who plays my daughter, who is ravishingly beautiful and really talented. And then a young guy named Jamie Denton, who plays the boy that she marries.
Yeah.
And
Talk about Wormy.
Wormy, but
That
you know
guy
what?
was wormy.
He reminds me of Jimmy Stewart in a way. He has that kind of old-fashioned quality. He's a very good-looking guy, but he knows how to play comedy.
Yeah.
It was really wonderful.
And it's funny. You will laugh. It is worth the money. And the CD you gave to everyone in the audience.
I did.
How nice of you.
Show those people. Wave those CDs
There they are.
around.
Wave those CDs around.
How fabulous.
And it opens today, so everyone go see it. And Bette Midler, you know, I love you.
Oh, you got to have friends.
The feeling's
so strong. You got to have friends.